Hello everyone, another video, and in this video we will be talking about retopology. And I'm going to start this video by busting out a serious myth that is out there. And that is, some people believe there is only a certain way of retopologizing your 3D head or your 3D character, and that is absolutely incorrect. The wireframe or topology of your 3D model actually depends upon the usage, how you are going to use that 3D model. If you are just going to use your 3D model for your personal show off and your personal artwork, it does not really matter as long as the wireframe and the topology of your 3D model is complementing the anatomy. But there are a few things that you have to keep in your mind while creating topology for animations or games, or the characters that are going to get rigged, that are going to create some expression later. And according to that, you have to keep in your mind that the topology should flow right in the directions of the muscles, and that is what we are going to discuss. But first, look at this video. And notice where does the stress goes on his face when he smiles. Here, right? And also around the orbital margin and zygomatic bone area, because he squints his eyes when he smiles. Almost everybody does that. So that is exactly how we will be creating the flow, or the edge flow of our wireframe. So let's get to the Maya. Let's start by importing a model into Maya that you have to retopologize. I sculpted this head in ZBrush, and now it is being imported. For now, let's click on this model and find this magnet icon right here and click. This way your surface is now live. So next thing we should be doing is going to the modeling toolkit right here and click on this quadro option. And to use this, using this is pretty simple. Use the single click button to create a dot. 4 dots are going to make a polygon. These are the vertices that we are creating, and by pressing shift, it will show you what is the projected face is going to look like. We will simply be pushing these two vertices closely to each other. Using the tab button, we will be extruding this edge here. Let's extrude it a few times by keeping the flow of the wireframe intact. So we are getting started with the orbital region first, and when you reach this point of the eye, we will extrude this face like this, and instead of turning this flow around, we will extrude it downwards. So I'm going to make sure that I extrude the same number of times in the lower eyelid area that I extruded on the outer eyelid area. Well, somebody's calling me. Okay. So let me extrude these two edges right here and move to the nasal area. So what I'm gonna do now is to stretch this edge right to the tip of the nose, and not going to worry about the shape, as we will fix that later. I'm going to push these vertices downwards. Going to add another edge by pressing the control and simply clicking in between. So basically my projected flow of the nose should look like this. Okay, now I'm going to extrude it downwards. I will turn this edge flow completely. I will turn around this edge flow. You can fill the gap between two edges by simply pressing shift. Going to add another edge right here, and now I'm just going to fill the hole, the nostril I mean. While creating something like this, what you have to keep in mind is these vertices should be of even number. It should not be odd number, or otherwise you will not be able to close the hole completely by keeping the chords. Okay, now let's get back to the eyes for a while now. Let me separate the upper eyelid and the supraorbital area by creating an edge manually, taking care of chords. Let's create another bridge for the inner eye part. Let's extrude our edges to orbicularis. After that, moving to the lips. After reaching this point, I will turn the edge flow around, as we have to keep the edge flow around the lips in circular manner. Similarly, I'm going to add the exact amount of edges on the bottom part. Let's move down to the chin. A simple plan is to create an outline around the head of a model, and after that we will be filling the gaps. We are currently creating the edges for the jawline, or what you can call as mandible. It may be a little fuss while creating the inner part of the lips or the mouth cavity when lips mesh is penetrating each other. So let me speed this up for you. Coming back at the mandible, so instead of creating a star here, we will be connecting this vertex all the way down here, and this way we are creating a loop that is something like this in nature. And now, coming back at the eyes, I will be stretching these edges all the way down to the infraorbital area. And let's stretch these edges to supraorbital area, that is right here. You don't need to remember all this stuff. That is just for the nerds or person who likes to remember them. we'll be moving to the eyes through the zygotic bone, and we will turn around all the way to the forehead. So the part we are adjusting now is called buccal region, and through it we will be moving back to the ear. Remember to keep relaxing these edge loops for the sake of the uniformity of the faces. I like to keep this flow in my head, and I always follow this. It's not necessary to follow mine, but I found one. You should too. I'm doing this just to keep for the sake of keeping the chords, and it is a good practice. You should always follow it to ignore the non-manifold geometries. And now I'm deleting these edges for the sake of the control, or else we will end up with so much of polygons to adjust. Notice that I'm deleting the edges in pair. Same here. Now I'm taking out the multi-cut tool and ending the loops like this. And this was the reason I was deleting the edges in a pair. Now we are moving on to the skull. I'm extruding this face. I'm extruding this face to mark the temporal line that separates the temple and the frontal area. you should not be worried about the shape at this point, because later on we will be adding edge flows and relaxing them later. So it's all gonna fall off easily. That we call the parietal bone or the parietal region. Now I'm doing the same practice that I did while I was adjusting the number of edges of the ears. I will be deleting edges in a pair, but before that I will be extruding one more time. I'm gonna do the same that I did earlier. Now we're moving to the submental region or the submandible triangle. This is the submandible triangle and the submental region. Again, there is no need to remember. It just depends how you just have to remember the shapes. It doesn't matter. Now moving to the throat, and we are almost done. Just adjusting the edges. Now we're done with the head. The only thing left to do is to fill the eye hole. And this is how it looks now. So that was it for this time, and I will see you next time with another video. Probably we'll be talking about how to sculpt a head, or let's see how it goes. So I'll be also dropping another video where I'll just be posting the complete screen recording of how I created this retopology thing, and with no commentary, so people who want to watch it can go and watch that too. That may help putting my screen recording side by side, and they can work on their model too in a similar way. So see you next time, and I have a Discord channel too, so I invite you all and to share your artworks so that we can grow together, where we talk about 3D stuff there. So you are all welcome there. Okay, see you all. Bye bye. Still here. Thank you. Again, repeating, join my Discord channel. You all are invited. We do not talk nonsense there. We are all artists, and you're all welcome there. Okay, see ya. See you for final this time.